Hi, Doxel. Would love a shiny one of you. I know Toxtricity is dope. So why can't I find a shiny one of you? I don't really want a pig. If I'm being honest. I just said I don't want a pig. There's a book entitled How to Become a Champion. Do you want to read it? Okay. How to Become a Champion. For Pokemon trainers who are out to grow stronger and wiser, there's no higher calling than becoming a champion. To reach that lofty rank, you must pass a test administered at Paladia's official Pokemon League headquarters, which the test is just Pokemon battles. It's not like the exams I'm about to take. In Paladia, anyone, and in fact, any number of people can become a champion, regardless of factors like age. That means you can too, as long as you've got the strength and the wisdom to set a leaderly example for your fellow trainers. Your path to become a champion lies in the Pokemon gyms throughout Paldea. Once you've defeated the 8 gym trainers in battle and earn your gym badges, we look forward to your knock on the Pokemon League's door. I was not expecting a 3rd page. Everything else I've ever read was always 2 pages. In this game, I've read more than 2 pages in other books, I promise. All right, so welcome. Today is the day of the final exams. All 6 of them. Oh, no. Fletchinder? Yeah, no. Stop following me. So yeah, I got to go to school and I got to take these final exams. And then we're done with school. If I do a half episode, I don't know what it would be about. But let's go ahead and head back to school. Let's take our times doing it. We're not going to sprint. So, I'd love the opportunity to possibly find somebody that looks like it's not the right colors. That sounds bad. I'd like to find a Pokemon of special colors. That works better. Kinda. Yes. I'm gonna go take this final exam, all 6 of them. And I think I'll actually lead with a question to see if anybody responds with it. How did you feel about final exams in school? Like, did you feel pressured by them? Did you, not mind them? Did you like the fact that you're having it? That way everything is kind of wrapping up? Because that last one is kind of how I was. I didn't feel too pressured by it. They always put so much pressure on, oh, it's the final exam. Oh, this is I grew up in Virginia. So we had the standards of learning, or SOLs, or people would also say another thing, to which I never had a problem with it, so it didn't really apply to me that way. It was the S word out of luck, is what they would call it. But yeah, I never really had too much of a problem with it, which is probably why I didn't find it to be too much pressure. When I was young, yes, but when I kind of did it enough times, I was like, yeah, this isn't too bad. I can pass these no problem. It's just all the general knowledge of things I learned. And I never even really put any effort into studying. I just remember things very well, which I know is not something that everybody can say, but that's just how it was for me. So for me, when it came exam time, I was always just happy to be like, let's pass this. Let's get it done. With classes where it was actual exams and not an SOL, sometimes I would stress a bit more. I would look over the study guides that the teacher would give, and I would try to kind of calculate how well I would have to do in order to pass the class with at least a B. So which I think the only class where I really stressed about that was my physics class when I was a senior in high school, because I think I was pulling a C because I failed every single project. I could never get a single physics project to work. So you're welcome, world, for not creating anything where it means that I would need to use physics in order for you to survive it. Because I would be responsible for a lot of people's deaths right now. And yeah, somehow I pulled off a B- in that class after the exam when I was originally pulling a C+. So the final exam bumped up my grade at 1 point. But yeah, for the most part, exams, I never really stressed over them. I was more of happy to have them because then you get it done. And then you could kind of just mess around for the rest of the day at school. Like, there wasn't really anything to do other than maybe the teacher will put a movie on. You could just talk to your friends that are in your class. Like, nothing was too stressful other than maybe taking the test itself. But anyway, let's get to taking these tests. The first one will be biology. Hello, everyone. Today is our final exam. It will cover everything I've taught you so far, but I'm sure you will all do just fine. Take your time and contemplate each question carefully. Question 1. How many of the following 4 methods make it easier to catch a Pokemon? Inflicting paralysis using a Pokemon toy, feeding it a berry, surprising it from behind. Let's see. You can't feed it a berry during battle, and using a Pokemon toy will cause you to run away. Surprising it from behind, I guess that catching it off guard would make it easier. I don't know if he really... Did he go over this? Did he go over surprising it from behind? I know inflicting it with paralysis does. Surprising it from behind is surprising to me. 2. True or false? You can get new Pokemon only by catching them yourself or trading with other trainers. That is false. I guess you can say that you can get new Pokemon just by evolving them. That's one of the ways. So yeah, this is false. If a Pokemon is holding an Everstone, will using an item that induces evolution, such as a Firestone, cause it to evolve? Yes, it will. Because it only stops at leveling up, or anything that does not take you forcing it yourself. What is the probability of running into a shiny Pokemon? It's 1 in 4,000. True or false? The Pokemon known as Oricorio has 3 forms. False has 4. This question won't affect your grade. Do you have anything you would like to say about my class? I'm still getting used to this teaching thing, but I sure had fun as your teacher. It was fun. Thanks for being our teacher. Keep teaching. You can do it. I'll say it was fun. Okay, time's up, whether you like it or not. I hope everyone enjoyed tackling those questions. I stuck a little bonus question there right at the end again. Shh, our little secret. Don't tell the director. I'll grade these right away. I hope you're all looking forward to seeing how you did. Feels great to get a test out of the way, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Let's take a look at your results. You must get 3 questions correct to pass the midterm exam, and 4 questions correct to pass the final exam. Let's see how you did on your biology test. You answered 5 out of 5 questions correctly. That's a passing score. Congratulations. Mr. Jacques asked us to give this reward to any students who pass the exam. 5 medium candies. Nice. Keep doing your best. Let's see. Still can't talk to him. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner when it came to intro ring. Maybe that was why, or maybe I was just too lazy. But now, it's time for the math final. All right, everyone, it's time to begin our final exam. I'm sure the fun experiences you all had in my class will serve you well as you answer. How many Great Balls can you purchase with 3,000 Pokédollars if each one costs 600? Well, this is just a simple math question. 5. If a Water-type move has a power of 100, lands a critical hit on a Grass-type Pokemon, what will the move's power be? It would be 75. Because normally it would be 50 hitting a Grass type, but since it's a critical hit, it would go up to 150, which means it would be half when it actually hits the Grass type. And half of 150 is 75. Under normal conditions, what percent chance does Stone Edge have at landing a critical hit? Above 12%. About 12%, not above. If a Pokemon uses Swords Dance twice to boost its attack by 4 stages, how much damage will its physical move do then? It will do triple damage. If a rock type Pokemon whose Terra type is rock terrestrialized, whose Terra type is rock terrestrializes. Okay. If a rock type Pokemon whose Terra type is rock terrestrializes, what will the power of its rock type move be multiplied by? 2. All right, everyone. Time is up. Put your hands on your laps now. This test was the accumulation of all I taught you, and I'm sure you all did just fine. Do go and ask for your scores at the front desk, and then take a nice break. All right, you must get 3 to pass the midterm, 4 to pass the final. See how you did on the math test? You answered 5 out of 5 questions correctly. It's a passing score. Congratulations. Ms. Time asks us to give this reward to the students who pass the exam 5 medium candies. And now it's time for the history exam, isn't it, Miss Ryford? And she's still investigating, whatever. Greetings, my little students. It is time for our final examination. Summon your historical knowledge from the dark recesses of your minds and answer the questions. What is the area within the Great Crater of Paldea called? It's called Area 0. How many years ago was this economy founded? It was 805. Which of these did not appear in the Paldean fairy tale about the 4 treasures? A vessel, a set of tablets, a folding fan, a set of beads. The vessel was ling-tu. The set of tablets is wo-chien. A set of beads is chi-yu. And there was no folding fan. Instead, it's a broken sword, which is chien-pao. Which Area 0 expedition member wrote the record of the team's activities? It was Heath. How many years ago did Professor Sada invent Terra Orbs? That would be about a decade. Your time is up. Put your writing utensils down. You must excuse the last question. It is too shallow and ridiculous to be on a history test. But alas, the director forced me to include it. Oh, I understand. I've had history teachers before that said that they don't want to count something as history unless it's been at least 50 years since that event had occurred. So I get what she means by that. So ends our final examination. You may ask for your scores at the school's front desk. All right. Give me my score. 5 out of 5. I got a congratulations for passing the exam. Give me my candies, please. Thank you. Psst. Hey, it's time for the language final exam, which I know I will fail if I do not cheat. So I will be cheating for this final exam. I have the answers pulled up right in front of me. I've had it for the other tests too. I didn't actually need them for the other tests. Where'd I go? This one I needed though. So let's go do the language final. This freaking thing. Adjourne. I think that's how to say it. Today, we will take our final exam. Detens de vos. Relax, that is, and do your best. Es vos prests. Are you ready? Let's begin. Which of the following means delicious? B. Delicious. What do these 2 foreign phrases mean? Je t'aime. It's I love you. Based on what you heard, what emotion do you think Pikachu was expressing? Anger. Based on what you just heard, what emotion do you think Pikachu was expressing? Happiness. And what is your beloved teacher's name? Come on, there's only one that's even remotely close. Isador, Labrador, Amador, it's Salvatore. Yes, fin. Time is up. Pos vos telos. Put down your pens. That is. I assume the obligatory dernier question. Dernier. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Last question, that is, gave you no trouble. I'm sure you all did great. Bravo, my friends. You can get your scores at the school's front desk. I'm done with the language class. Yes! So happy to be done with it. Did not like that class at all. Just like real life. I could not stand the language class. All right, I cheated, so I know I got 5 out of 5. Thank you. I'll take my candies that I did not earn. Keep doing your best. Thank you. Thank you. Now, it's time for the Battle Studies exam. Really, why was I not doing this before? It's so much cleaner than just reading it at the desk. It's finally game day. Time for our final exam. Time to put on your game faces and do battle with those test sheets. Which cheer boosts attack and special attack for all allies in a terror raid? Out we go. Go all in. Go all out. Well, this is the only one that seems to work. What do we call the battles that Pokemon sent out with the R button do on their own? The You Can Do It battles? Auto fights? Auto battles. It's auto battles. How should you obtain LP? Exchange materials. It's funny because Hack the System is probably where we got most of ours. High-level Pokemon are adjusted to what level when using the flat rules in Link battles? 50. It's level 50. When using normal rules in Link battles, you can use multiple Pokemon in the same species and types of the same held item. True. Time's up. Put your pencils down. I saw you giving it everything you got. I'm sure you all got perfect scores. You all did so well in my class. If you pass this test, you'll officially be Battle Masters. Now go ask for your stellar scores at the front desk, you little rascals. Hey, I'm not little. I am a rascal. All right, give me my test results. 5 out of 5. And the candies as well. Ah, the vivid forms. It's time for the art final exam. That's the best intro I got for this. Yeah. I do hope you're all ready because it is time for your final exam. Focus and do your best. There's always somebody different sitting in that seat, isn't there? And begin. Yeah, last time Penny was sitting there. I think the time before that Arvin was sitting there. Now Nimona is sitting there. But let's continue on with the exam. What is the name of the restaurant where you can change a Pokemon's terror type? The Treasure Eatery. What is the name of Brassius' signature art installation that we discussed in class? Surrendering Southern Flora. How many waterfalls are counted among the 10 sites of Paldea? 2. Where can you find the million-volt skyline? It's Levincia. I think that's where we started. This is where the normal type gym leader lives. And yeah, Levincia. The marks a Pokemon has are present when you first meet and none can be added later. That's false. You talk about how you can earn marks on your Pokemon. Time's up. That's it for today's test. Pencils down, please. Thank you all so much for learning about art with me. The time we shared has left a mark that I will treasure. I promise you. And it is my sincere wish that all of you go on to even greater, more prosperous futures. And that's that. Good work, everyone. You can receive your results from the front desk. All right. And my final result is 5 out of 5. And my medium candies. I'd be cooking something right now, but I can't move my arms. What are they doing up there? It's time for home ec. The time has come to test how well you have learned in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains from a last-minute cram session fades. Which of the following meal powers makes it easier to come across shiny Pokemon? Sparkling powder? We go over that? Which of the following is not an effect of egg power? It makes eggs hatch faster. It helps hatch strong Pokemon. It makes eggs easier to find. It doesn't help hatch strong Pokemon. What is a simple yet important tactic for increasing the effectiveness of meal powers? Make food more often, make food at home, make food with others. Let's see. What is the correct action to take when your adorable Pokemon becomes dirty? Pokemon Wash. Pokemon Dash? That's another Pokemon game. Pokemon Wish? That also sounds familiar, but it's Wash. This is a question about Academy rules. Should you change your uniform tops and bottoms to properly match each season? Doesn't matter, just make sure you're wearing one of the uniforms. The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. I made the questions a little easier than I planned to, as a way of saying thank you for informing me about the rodent phone cases. I trust that you all gave this exam everything you had, so that you will not have to retake it. Please remember to ask for your scores at the front desk before leaving for the day. That was our last exam. It feels great to get a test out of the way, doesn't it? It feels great to get all of them out of the way. And on the home economics test, we got 5 out of 5. It's a passing score. And our 5 candies. You have now finished all of your classes and passed all of their exams. I have this for you from Director Clavel. 5 large candies. Woo! You can now focus all of your efforts on this year's treasure hunt. Be careful out there. And I notice we have teachers. Whoa, 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 whoa. Was that you, Wigglybuff? We have teachers that want to talk to us. So, shall we go in order of the classes? Mr. Jacques, I did not see available. So the first person we should go with would be Miss Time in the schoolyard. Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's she at? Okay, where's she at? There she at. MC, help me keep an eye out, would you? I've set up a little ambush here for the girl who keeps watching me. She'll be here any second. An ambush? Well, you see, it's not very pleasant knowing she's just staring at me all the time. And now I know what she looks like after seeing her in the cafeteria. Ah! Is that her running behind the tree? It's you, isn't it? You're the one who's been secretly watching me recently. Time? How did you know what type of ambush was that? I guess you must have noticed me. I'm sorry. So sorry. Well, of course I noticed. You were watching me practically every day, every day, after all. I assume there's something you want to ask me. Yes, I do. I've been a huge fan of yours since your time as a gym leader, and I love rock-type moves so very much. Oh my. But you just suddenly retired from your post as gym leader a year and a half ago. Why did you quit? My goodness, is that all you wanted to ask? Yes, your reason for retiring was never made public. But it's well known among the students here that you just avoid the question anytime it's asked. I thought it would be rude to ask you a question that you don't want to answer, so I just couldn't find the courage to ask. So that's why your gaze felt so intense. I see. Forgive me. So very intense? Never mind that. As for the reason why I quit my job as a gym leader, I simply wanted to focus more on my job as a teacher. It's not that I disliked being a gym leader or anything of the sort. Quite the contrary. Talking about the gym fills me with feelings of nostalgia and sadness. That's why I always avoid answering the question when students ask. Oh, I see. Do you have any plans of becoming a gym leader again? No, I'm afraid I don't plan to do so. My sister is doing a splendid job as a gym leader in my stead. I personally find being a teacher most enjoyable these days. But since I am, in fact, your teacher, I would appreciate it if you would call me Miss Time. As students do, not just time. Okay, I'm sad to hear that, but I understand. Thank you so much, Miss Time. Well, I suppose that solves the mystery. Ah, that made me so nervous. I said so many things to try and sound cool. I was certainly a little scared when I felt that girl's intense gaze on me. But having you here with me allowed me to do what I needed to be done. What needed to be done to face what turned out to be one of my biggest fans. I must thank you for your always showing up at the right time, MC. Allow me to show my appreciation a little. I hope these help you on your adventure. 50 rock terror shards. Oh boy. You formed a close bond with Miss Time. Alright, going in order, the next person to talk to is Miss Ryford. So, let's talk to her. Hi, Miss Ryford. MC, the time has come. The cursed item treasures the 4 Pokemon of Ruin. They exist. I know I already caught them. And I stumbled upon the truth in the newspaper of all places. Ha! In an interview piece with the carpenter, no less. The Pokemon wielders apparently use sacred stakes to seal these treasures of ruin in shrines. Pokemon wielders apparently use sacred stakes to seal. Oh, to seal. I think I said steal. That's why it confused me. There's a separate shrine for each of the 4 Pokemon and 8 stakes driven into the ground in the areas surrounding each shrine to keep the power of ruin at bay. I've unleashed everything. Yeah, I pulled one of those. Actually, 32 of them. In other words, if all the stakes for a given shrine were to be removed, it would release the Pokemon held inside. Don't you think it would be nice to free those Pokemon from the confines of their tiny little shrines, MC? Yes, I already did it. Heh, a kind soul, I see. You're proving truly useful. According to a descendant of the Pokemon wielders in the story, you must have a bond with Pokemon in order to remove the stakes. I'm sure someone as Pokemon savvy as yourself would have no trouble with that at all. You can choose for yourself whether to believe me or not, but I will mark the locations of these shrines on your map. No need. Yes, I know what the shrines look like. I'd rather go myself, of course, but skipping out on my class to go adventuring seems to have made the director a little suspicious of me. Heh, you can think of that as part of your treasure hunt. Treasures of ruins are still treasures after all. I hope you'll investigate these shrines if you're at all inclined to do so. You feel trusted by Miss Ryford. Do I have to approach her with the Pokemon when I have them? MC, did you find any of the treasures of ruin? Yes, I got all 4 of them. Oh, you caught Ting-Lu, the Vessel of Ruin? Oh ho! How interesting! I simply cannot keep my curiosity under control. Judging by its shape and size, this vessel was almost certainly not for everyday use. Perhaps it was a work of art, or better yet, a ritual artifact housing some sort of deity. I feel that there must be some meaning behind the horns and the designs resembling eyes. Could it be that this artifact was fashioned after the deity's very appearance? This mystery grows ever deeper. My thirst for knowledge is slowly becoming quenched. Looks like I have something more to report. What is it? Oh, you caught chien-pao, the Sword of Ruin? Oh, how interesting. I simply cannot keep my curiosity under control. So the sword's blade and hilt form the Pokemon's left and right fangs. I wonder if the sword broke when it became a Pokemon, or perhaps it was always that way. No, wait. I cannot imagine the king wanting to buy a broken sword. Maybe it was some sort of weapon that was meant to be used in this broken state. The mystery grows ever deeper. My thirst for knowledge is slowly being quenched. You look like you have something more to report. What is it? Wo-chien. Oh, you caught wo-chien? The Tablets of Ruin? Oh ho ho! How interesting! I simply cannot keep my curiosity under control. I've never seen so many wooden writing tablets strung together. It must have been an epic tale. Most excavated tablets are tantamount to graffiti or simple memos. Still, valuable tools for learning about the past, but nothing like this. I can't read it, but given the length, it must be a story, yes, or perhaps the words of a curse. If only the words weren't faded. How frustrating. These wooden tablets piqued the curiosity of a king. What might have been written on them? This mystery grows ever deeper. My thirst for knowledge is slowly being quenched. You look like you have something more to report. What is it? Oh, you caught Chi-Yu, the beads of ruin? Oh ho ho! How interesting. I simply cannot keep my curiosity under control. Beads like these were thought to be sacred and thus were worn during religious rituals. I believe that they were most often worn as a single bead on the neck like a pendant, but it seems Chi-Yu has 4 of them. 4? Were the beads worn in pairs, like on ears and wrists? Or were the rituals perhaps performed by 4 people? What on earth could have caused beads such as these, usually used to ward off disaster, to become bringers of disaster themselves? The mystery grows ever deeper. My thirst for knowledge is slowly being quenched. Seeing part of history with my own eyes has filled me with joy. I thank you, MC. This is simply amazing. You have now reported back to me with all 4 of the treasures of ruin. I never thought that you would be able to do this much for me. You have my thanks, MC. I would have liked to go looking for the treasures of ruin myself and make them my own. But I suppose it was precisely because I sent you, someone with a pure heart, that we were able to accomplish this feat. They may be the treasures of my dreams, but I will allow you to have them for now. Consider this a symbol of my gratitude too. Take it. It is yours. Nasty plot. Why do I need this? You truly are an interesting one, aren't you, MC? I hope you don't mind if I continue keeping an eye on you. He formed a close bond with Miss Ryford. Are you still going to be chilling here? How are the treasures of ruin faring? If you ever find them too much to handle, I will gladly take them off your hands. Nope. All right, next to talk to is Mr. Salvatore, who is right here, with little Palmo just chilling behind him. Or Palmy. My dear MC, Palmy here is as healthy as can be. Still being quiet, pal. Well, it seems being quiet is simply a part of this one's personality. But it's hard for a Pokemon to communicate with its fellows without speaking up. As you know, all Pokemon use their cries to tell each other all sorts of things, like the location of food or whether there are predators nearby. So even if I were to release it back into the wild, I'm afraid that it may not be able to do those sorts of things. What if this isn't a Palmy? What if it's a Zora? What do you think, MC? Where does Palmy belong? How about here? With you, Mr. Salvatore? Oh, I didn't expect to hear my name. So you think I should stay here with me? I was so focused on getting it back in good health so I could return it to the wild that I didn't even consider that possibility. What do you think about that idea, my little Palmy friend? It responded. Palmy, it spoke, at last. Even without speaking Pokemon language myself, I know that reply means yes. Oh, my dear MC, merci so very, very much for all your help with Palmy. All the more reason you should have this. Here, a rare Pokemon for you to raise. A Meowth? What's that Meowth we talking? Ah, I'm so happy. Yes, I, Salvatore, will take it upon myself to look after Palmy for good. I will indeed. He formed a close bond with Mr. Salvatore. Wait, which Meowth did he just give me? Ah, he gave me the Galar one. That's at level 5. Well, since it was gifted to us, it'll be another one that joins the whole squad. So, yeah. Say hello to Meowth. It is now a part of the team. And Stendra. Boss, new kid. Are you here to do a little shopping? I came to see you. So you came to see me, did you? I'm here to check out the sandwiches they've got for sale. The school store sandwiches taste great and have excellent nutritional balance too. You're not making your own? I guess I'm not used to it yet. All that training kind of wore me out. I achieved my goal anyway, so I'm gonna take a break from sandwich making for a bit. Oh right, I didn't tell you what my goal was. I wanted to pay Nurse Miriam back for everything she does for me. It's my way of saying thanks. She's so nice and so skilled at what she does. I really look up to her. I wanted to try sandwich making so I could be skilled at doing something for other people, like she is. But I guess I just wasn't cut out for it. What am I cut out for, though, is being full of energy, so I decided to focus on that instead. Like I said in class, I think people in Pokemon should make their strong points stronger. You really helped me out, new kid. Take this as my way of saying thanks. 10 bottles of protein. This makes sense for her. All right, then. What should I do with today? Go with today to get my protein in. We formed a close bond with Miss Dendra. All right, it's time to hassle Hassel. Hi, Hassel. Why, hello there, MC. You always seem to appear at the most crucial of moments. Most crucial of moments? Well, you see, Master Hassel, I'm here to collect you. So I see. I'm glad that you finally made up your mind about taking your place as leader of the family. Well, it's indeed true that I made up my mind. I've made up my mind to continue teaching here at the academy. How could you? Are you saying you don't care about what happens to our proud lineage? I'm saying that I have other priorities. Have a look around at the art decorating this room with me. The children here are letting their senses, their perceptiveness, grow freely. I do not wish to say that protecting our family's ancient bloodline is of no importance. I simply wish to see young talent blossom and grow into the future. It just seems so much more fun to me, if I'm being honest. What utter nonsense. And yet, your fearless, unflinching commitment to that nonsensical vision proves that you're worthy of carrying the will of the dragons, Master Hassel. I will not give up. I will come as many times as I need in order to change your mind. Oh, by all means, the door is open. I think you'll soon find that you've met your match in stubbornness. You thought I could be cowed by some story spun up by my father's deteriorating health? I am not so easily fooled. I will return some other day. I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I was so very close to resigning my post as a teacher and returning to my home. But the students here gave me courage to say no. That includes you, MC. Your words truly brought me strength. I cannot think of a way I can possibly repay my debt to you young ones. Take this. It will be insufficient as, if you will, insufficient as it may be in expressing the full breadth of my gratitude. 50 Dragon Terror Shards. Now then, let it be clear to all. I, Hassel, will continue on my chosen path as instructor to the youths of the world. You formed a close bond with Mr. Hassel. One teacher left. Master MC, about that matter with which I need your help. I've discovered the name of the incredibly sweet condiment. It is called Sweet Herba Mystica. If you should find it during the course of your treasure hunt, I would be grateful if you could share some with me. Master MC, have you anything to report about the Sweet Herba Mystica? You give Mr. Cigarro some of your Sweet Herba Mystica? I have some. You don't have any sweet Herba Mystica. How do I get it? I thought this was going to be done, but it's not. Oh no! So, I can't give Mr. Zagara the sweet Herba Mystica because you can only get it from raids with stars higher than what I have available to me now. So which the only way you can get them higher is if you challenge the Pokemon League and beat it. So, that's going to have to be on hold. But for now, let's read a book and then end things off. There's a magazine entitled Palladian Sports Monthly. Do you want to read it? Yes. Palladian Sports Monthly. The Sub-Zero Shredder has done it again. The world's second-ranked snowboarder put on a clinic at the Montenevera Cup, claiming a 6th straight win in Palladia's major competitions. No one's ever been able to snatch that crown yet. If you think you've got what it takes, come take me on, this ice-cold athlete declared from the winner's podium. And you could just feel his rivals steel their resolve. We'll see how things unfold in 2 weeks at the Glacido Mountain Cup. Well, classes and exams are done. I'm sure I'll have to speak to Mr. Jacques in the future when it comes to completing the Pokedex or getting more in the Pokedex, like when you hit 200 or something, because I'm at like 177, I think. Well, now after I got this Meowth, that might be 178. But anyway, that's going to be it for this one. I'm going to be reading those books at the start and ends of the following episodes, not just the half episodes. So that way I can get all the books out of the way. And yeah, that'll be it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, when we go put an end to the whole Herba Mystica search part with the Titan Pokemon. Not the Herba Mystica thing that has to do with Mr. Zagaro. Deuces!
So I wrote it in the rhyme. The Reverend Doctor got an 8K wet working. The roaches get the race spray. My weak rhyme, my body, your best verses on game day. I touch the crowns of self-entitled kings. You leave the heat like LeBron when I melt your idols' vital things. This is Malcolm and Martin, Million Man marching Sparta, mixed with a legion of angels surrounding sons and daughters. Simon Peter with a desert eagle, waving it at Caesar. So if I was you, I probably wouldn't mention me